3, 2,
Tell me if this seems
1.
familiar. You've done it in Outbreak, and you died in seconds. Well, if that's ever happened, this is for you. Alright, I'm going to yap a bit about starting positions here. While I'm on Ghannak, I might also go over like what makes a good defense position as well. I'm not going to have every possible good starting position in this video, because I only know a handful of them, and these are like the ones I use. I'll probably send this video to Wasteland and B-Nova, and maybe do a follow-up of any suggestions they have.
Keep gliding.
Well, a lot of good spots have a few things in common.
10, 9,
Number 1,
7,
act like it's COVID-19. You should not be right beside anyone.
4,
Ever.
3,
Or if you do, you're stringified in a way that they won't be able to hit you at round start.
2,
Even if it's another player, they might still turn into a crystalline. From a good starting position, you can get to a good defensible position pretty easily. Like right here. You can also obviously get up to here. I'll talk about defensible positions another time. The other thing is you have a lot of escape options to get away from where you're starting.
supplies have been dropped.
You can glide down into here to go through the pyramid. This is a route I often take. And go to here. And go here. The crystalline tend to not hang out over the spot too long once they've overwhelmed it, so it's kind of a nice rotation you can do to just go from there and back. You can also kind of just take this path, and if you have enough movement speed and jump, I don't. You can land on this pillar, go over to here, and up, and you're here. Or you can go through there. As for Ghannak, it's got a couple of good starting positions. My favorite two are right here, and right here.
10, 9,
The good thing about these is they both transfer into a good defense position of right here.
4, 3, 2,
And you also have escape routes for if that spot gets flooded. If you're right here, for example, you can just glide over here. Go through the pyramid. And then go through the portal. At which point you can just glide back over here and climb back up. Of course, if it's clear, you can just jump back up here. Apart from that, another good starting position is this wall over here.
supplies have been dropped.
And as for why this is a good starting position, I think I'll just skip to the next round to show that.
1,
That is why this is a good position. Even if someone's on the wall next to you as a crystalline, they will just fall and not hurt you most of the time. Going back over to this one over here, there are a couple of reasons it's a good starting position. I feel like this here is a pretty decent defensive point. So is it right here. And right here. And of course you could also try
supplies
right
have been
here.
dropped.
In addition to that, if all those areas are flooded, an option you have is to just jump off the wall, glide, hit this vent, and then you can climb up to this one. As for the final starting point, I don't know if bots get up here or not, since I haven't used this one in ages, but if you're on the pyramid in the center, you can get to the top by jumping over to here. And then from here, you jump over to here. And from here, you just jump and glide over to here. You can then jump up here and stay here. Or go over to here. Now, this position, I don't like it as much since it's kind of difficult to hold. The crystal can overwhelm you pretty easily. But it is an option.
Perfect.
So, starting positions on Loch District. There aren't a lot. Again, the main things you want to keep in mind is you want to be able to get to somewhere that's relatively safe from where you start at. And it's also a position where you're not right up against anyone.
6,
One of the best places you can start on is this
3,
fence.
2,
It also works as a good early game starting position, but you kind of can't stay here for too long. Eventually the crystalline just start having too much jump to get up here. A lot of times they'll also have, like, be coming at you from here, and from here. And this, right here, gets in your way when you're trying to get some damage as well. So, yeah. It's a nice starting position, but you kind of can't stay there. Another one that you can do is, if you go over to this side, and I haven't really used this one in ages, even though it is decent, is you can just stand on this ledge here, and a lot of times, as long as there's no one back here, you'll be safe. You could also go onto this lamp. The issue is with this lamp, this whole area is just kind of a dead zone. If you fall down here, there's not really anywhere you can go. I guess you could also try something like starting on maybe, and this is just a theoretical one that I've never actually practiced, maybe starting on this box. You can potentially get over to here, or down into here. And the crystalline aren't likely to get up there.
8, 7, 6.
Polar's pretty interesting. I feel like it's got like a good general area they can start in. And that's pretty much it. So, right here, or right here. I say you just string up against one at round start, whichever one doesn't have someone standing right beside you. And it's a good starting point. At the round start, whoever is over here, or over here that's a crystalline will convert. Anyone that manages to survive the bloodbath will just knock away all the crystalline, and then you're just free to glide over here. Otherwise, you don't want to be on here at round start. It's a good defensive position, but you do not start here. Now, another reason these spots are good is if you're standing here and someone transforms like right behind you, you just drop down. And you can go over here.
Supplies have been dropped.
Alternatively, if the middle gets flooded, you can just go pull back here.
No limits.
Or you can just jump and go this way. Again, a good point of like a lot of these starting positions is that you have a lot of escape routes as well that you can do. And although this is unrelated, I kind of want to just show this off. If you ever have a crystalline chasing you, you can just sort of just juke them by doing this. Just glide around these areas. Apart from that, I don't think this map has many other real good start points. Most of them, like, again, as long as you're beside someone, there's a chance that you just die frame one. You could, if all those spots are taken, you could maybe start partway down the ramp, and you could always jump down in the void, or, like, if it's unsafe, or just climb back up if it is safe. Alternatively, you could try hiding in this room just to see what happens if you're, like, caught out in the open. If someone transforms right behind you, you just slide through. Either way. And occasionally, I start around back here if, like, I have no choice. And, like, all the positions are taken. The thing is, you can't stay here for obvious reasons. This is where the crystalline respawn when they die, so you will die if you stay here. Okay, Euler Night Harbor is the next one. Alright, now, I have a lot less to say about this map compared to every other map, because it really only has, like, one real starting position that's, like, I feel is consistent. At least of what I've found out. It's that basically you just start anywhere here, pretty much, just along this entire area, and just make sure you're not standing right next to someone else, pretty much. One thing is, you don't want to stay on this side specifically. You want to be on this side, because of the way the crystalline tend to move. The majority of players in a Outbreak lobby are bots most of the time, rather than players. So, if there's anyone standing on this side, they will come up the ramp to this side. But if no one's over there, they will entirely just come up on this side.
Supplies have been dropped.
And that's really it for Euler Night. Let's go to the next map. Alright, as for Crimson Wastes, there's like only one that I use. I'm well aware that there are other positions that people can play in on this map, but I always just start on one of these fan blades. Generally, you have enough distance from... Again, nobody else will usually stand on these fan blades, unless they're, like, players, probably. Everyone will usually either stand, like, in this vent area, and you have enough time to react to jump over to here, or just fall down, and if you fall down, you can just glide back up once it's clear. Or you could possibly just, like, go over here, and just go from here to here, and go through here, to just go all the way around down to this area. I'm aware that there are others, but I don't personally know them because, again, that is the only position I've ever done on this map. Dusty, where do you usually start, out of curiosity?
Start over here?
Yeah. The one thing about that starting position is that sometimes there's a crystalline standing there, so that's why I never use it.
That's why I stand in the middle and just, like, work my way in between which side.
Oh, so you just kind of string between the two posts?
Yes.
Let me see if I can get up to this one position. I guess one theoretical one I can think of that you could possibly do
Butterflies are flowers that
is maybe standing here. I've never seen if bots can get up here or not, or like if they ever take this position. But you might be decently safe. Although if like there's some transformed here, you're probably gonna need to get out. If you have like, let me see, can I get up here?
I have one more place actually.
Alright, I guess if you
Whoa.
can get up here, this is also a good spot. I highly doubt that any crystalline are going to be starting like on this freaking pipe. So, those are really the only positions I can think of for this map. Alright, Abyssal Frontier is the next one. Alright, time to resume recording. As for the spots in this map, I have like 3. Although there's like 2 that I use consistently. One is just a string on this wall right here. You'll generally be safe for the first couple of seconds of the match start. Obviously, you would not be staying here. You're basically waiting to see if the room in here is clear. If it's not, well, you've got places that you can go to get out of here, like that way or like that way. The other I like to do is to just jump on top of here. It's not really something that can become a defense point either. You're good for, like, maybe using it a couple of seconds. And once you're sure it's safe, you can just go down and go into here. As for the third, I've never used this during a match, but if I had to, I would get up here. I don't know if the bots can get up here. I've never seen it, but if they can't, this should be decent for the first couple of seconds of the match, and it works as a good defense point for a while.